Hi everyone, and welcome to the Gemini April 2022 Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance, or more simply put, to better find where you fit. So welcome everybody. If you are new, this reading is meant to help you find the meaning in the challenges that you are currently experiencing. Meaning, we are going to look at the why. Why are you being asked to face this challenge and overcome it? What are you meant to unlock about your personal path and purpose? And some part about yourself that you need to become aware of that can help you better be of service to the greater collective experience. All right, real quick before I jump into the reading, I'm just going to say that I have recently updated my website and I do have my 1 hour I Am Illuminated reading on special for the entire month of April. It's 25% off, so if you're interested, you can click on the link in the description box below to check that out. All right, so Gemini, I'm going to go ahead here and we're going to start by pulling a card or some cards, depending on what wants to come out, to take a look at your internal energy for April. What are you moving into the month with? Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, that's some good energy right there. A fresh start, a new beginning. And now I'm going to pull some cards to take a look at what's going on in your external environment. It's a little messy. Let's see here. What's going on for Gemini in an external environment? And then we'll look at the why. Why are you being asked to connect this internal energy with your external environment? And what are some blocks that might be preventing you from doing so that you can learn a lesson or basically discover something about yourself that's going to help you better live a clearer sense of what's going on in your life right now. Okay, wow, it's quite a bit of what's going on. You guys, that looks like it's going to be a busy month for you. Okay, so you're starting off with the Ace of Pentacles for your internal energy. For your external energy, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is it's kind of the lesson you're learning, but it's also the why. Why are you being asked right now to kind of go through this period where you're experiencing a challenge? Because it's going to help you clarify where to put your energy from this point forward. So let me walk through this and then we'll pull some additional cards to take a look at the challenges and the blocks that are going on for you guys. So Ace of Pentacles is a beautiful energy. This truly is a gift from the universe of something tangible to help you create a fresh start in your life. Now, when this is an internal energy, this could be where you have been gifted something external, meaning that you have maybe been given a little bit of seed money, maybe you got a tax rebate back, maybe you have a new potential job opportunity, or maybe we're given a promotion or a raise, something along those lines that could give you the ability to internally make a decision to change something in your life, to take advantage of this small opportunity and create a larger experience, a larger change for your overall experience with the Wheel of Fortune coming in your external environment. Now, this could also look like, as this is your internal energy, this could look like you have an idea or you are getting yourself, it's almost like having that aha moment or that inspiration where you are able to see how to utilize that to actually bring in some type of physical abundance for you that you can also create change with. So this could be like all of a sudden you realize, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Let's see if I can think of an actual example. So let's say you have an idea for something within your work environment where you could possibly pitch this idea to a manager or a higher up within your company, and suddenly you are now tasked to bring this idea to life or bring this maybe new way, new efficient way to do something, bring it into being, and by doing so, you are able to get a raise. So it's one of those things where it could be either or. Either you're gifted something from the outside and you're getting yourself emotionally ready to apply that in a way that can dramatically change your life, or you're having something internally kind of occur to you that you are now looking to apply outward to provide some type of financial or abundant kind of up-leveling, which can also affect your external environment. So let's go into what's going on externally to you. With the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups, there is something about there for some of you. Now, this is going to be for just a very few of you, because I am getting kind of just an individual, kind of more of a very specific message coming through. For some of you, there is something around I could say like either a boss figure or some dynamic person in your environment where you have the ability to work with them and bring back something that either to work on something from the past that maybe you've already partnered with somebody on, somebody who's kind of in an elevated status. So this could look like reconnecting with maybe a coworker or a boss from a previous work environment, and suddenly you guys are deciding to partner up and work on something. This could look like somebody just from your past comes in and says, hey, I have an idea. You seem to fit the mold. Would you like to join me in the building of this new business or the spreading of this idea? Or would you like to move in together and be roommates? There's something around that. Now, if this is not kind of what's going on with you guys, again, that's kind of more of a very specific message around somebody from the past and your connection to them, bringing in a partnership. But if that's not the case, this can also look like you stepping up into the Queen of Wands energy. Now, what is the Queen of Wands? The Queen of Wands depicts, it really speaks to us getting to a place where we understand our own magic. We understand that we hold the ability to apply directly through passionate action or action that's taken on behalf of our passion, that when we apply that, and we apply that in a way where we can actually physically sit down and be kind of vigilant and diligent and perfect something in the physical. So this could look like maybe you're passionate about making jewelry, but you've kind of always put it off and you didn't really want to set aside dedicated time to making jewelry. But now it's almost like you might have maybe you could never do that before because you didn't have the time because you were always working a full-time job someplace else. But maybe now you got a little bit of a financial seed money. Whether, again, this could be an inheritance, it could be it could even just be your work saying, you can cut back on your hours a little bit. And suddenly you're like, ding, 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 I know exactly what I can do with this gift of time or this gift of money or this gift of something. I mean, this could even be you being given the gift of living someplace for free or moving to a new location. And suddenly that allows you to really step up into that place of you being able to harness your magic and work on something that I think with the Seven of Pentacles coming up here, you've already been working on. It allows you to gain clarity on what I think you're kind of sitting with and reviewing at this time. But in doing so, it's going to bring up some aspect of your unique self that is something I think you may have forgotten about, or is allowing you to emotionally reconnect with this passion. Because the Six of Cups is about that kind of gift, the gift of reconnecting on an emotional level with either some aspect of ourself we've forgotten, or connecting with a sense of nostalgia, or connecting literally with somebody from the past that we had an emotional connection with. But what I'm seeing here is that this month is really going to help you provide the clarity as to where to put this new start. Meaning whatever you've been given, this little bit of something from the universe, it's going to allow you to, I think right now maybe you're kind of sitting with it and wondering like, well, what am I supposed to do with this? The Wheel of Fortune in your external environment, this is saying what's happening in your external environment are possibilities. The wheel is turning. And this does hinge on you, through your free will, engaging this gift with the possibilities and the opportunities that are coming up now in the month of April. And it will involve you having to step up into that place of kind of personal power of saying, okay, I'm gonna take that risk. I'm gonna take this extra time that I've had from my job now allowing me to kind of cut back on my hours, and I'm going to work on my jewelry line, and I'm gonna put my head down and I'm gonna perfect it, and I'm going to reconnect with why I started making jewelry to begin with. And that's, again, going to allow you to understand, because the Seven of Pentacles is really where we're kind of sitting there and we've put money and time and energy towards something and we've reaped results. So we can see in the physical where us putting that time and energy, what it has actually grown for us. But this is where we're kind of like, this is where we reevaluate what has been produced, the results, where we get a chance to say, well, were these the intended results? Or do I need to kind of start from scratch? But the fact that you go from the 7 to the 8, and this is, again, the 7, where you're kind of sitting and looking at like, okay, what do I already have that I put effort into? And now I can apply this towards that and become a master of something. And something that's going to directly tie me emotionally to something of my past, something from my past, and allow me to really step up into this really empowered place within myself. So this is a really unique month for you, Geminis. There's, again, one of two things. Either there's a connection, so you're either going to really speak to having a connection with somebody from the past where you guys are going to partner towards doing something together that's really going to, I think, again, kind of catapult a change in your life. Or you're going to go ahead and reconnect with something you kind of emotionally, I think, had invested in at one time, but maybe had kind of, I don't know if I really want to do that. And now it's saying, okay, you're being given the go. You're being given the gift from the divine to invest just a little bit more now to get to the point here where you can master this, to take it from the 7 of Pentacles to the 8 of Pentacles. And that, in doing so, is going to dramatically change, with the Wheel of Fortune coming in, your current life experience. So this is a big month for you, Gemini. I think it's a big month for us all, but this is a really fun. I love when the Wheel of Fortune comes out here, because again, this is when you got to keep your eyes open and all your little spidey senses going, because there are going to be opportunities coming up. Again, this is where, if you're thinking about it, if a person is coming back in from the past, this is where you really want to stay open to like saying yes to, attending an event or going out with maybe a group of people you don't normally go out with, or somebody hits you up on social media and you're like, oh, I haven't talked to this person in a long time. It's really about being aware that each one of those moments for connection this month could really hold that kind of key to the Wheel of Fortune here. So really keep yourself engaged this month, Gemini. All right, so now I'm going to pull some cards here to take a look at what are the potential blocks coming in around you. Really, I think having the courage to take this new opportunity and to actually see it, to trust that it's the opportunity you've been waiting for, that can allow you to, again, kind of invest in something from the past or invest in something new with somebody from the past. All right, so we have 3 of Swords, we have Death and 9 of Cups, and then for the last 2, we have 4 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let me go over these cards here. So in your main challenge position, you have the 3 of Swords. This makes sense. So the 3 of Swords is a card of kind of the ghosts of the past hurts and wounds that we've experienced, and they kind of replay in our mind. This is when we keep kind of going over like, well, when I tried to build a business the last time, it didn't work, or I was told that my ideas were not applicable to having a successful business, or the last time I got into a relationship and I really wanted to go forward and push ahead. I mean, this could even be for some of you, maybe getting back into a romantic relationship with somebody and starting again, building it now. Maybe you had kind of walked away from something and now you're getting back in and going in 100%. It's almost like having your foot out the door and you're like, no, actually, I'm going to commit this time. But this could be where the wounds of the past were like, well, but the person before hurt me, or even when I was in the relationship with this other person, this is where they hurt me. And for some of you, I'm going to just say this right off the bat. If this is about getting into, let's say, a partnership with a previous, boss or coworker, or getting back into a relationship with an ex, I'm really seeing here with death coming up directly after this, that there's this feeling of it's time to let the past of how you've seen this person in the past, it's time to let it go. Because the person who you knew before has changed. They have kind of gone through their own death and transformation cycle, and it's time for you to kind of open yourself up as well to your own transformation process. Because if you can get past kind of the ghosts of the past, to let those fall away and use the beautiful transformation and rebirth energy that the death card brings, and allow yourself to kind of go through that and to say, it's almost like I'm hearing very strongly, let the past die. So whether this is, again, you seeing someone in a specific light, or you seeing a specific part of your life in a specific light. So maybe you always had wounding around your career, or how you worked, or where you worked, or maybe you had wounding around relationships and who you were in relationships and what those relationships brought to you, and yada and so forth. It's time to let that view of yourself in that area of your life go, so that you can really see the opportunities that come in this month with fresh eyes, and without attaching to them the wounds of the past. Because the beautiful thing about life is, I hear all the time people say, oh, people don't change, da 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 da. It's like, no, the whole purpose, actually, we do nothing but change. We grow. We are continually growing. Physically, mentally, we are gaining more information with every single day that we, are alive. Emotionally, because we get a chance to stretch and experience new emotions every day. And on a spiritual level, where we get a chance to really connect with seeing where we better fit in the greater collective experience. And so that's the true element of our experience, is that yes, people do change through growth. And so that's really kind of what the death card says, is that when we let go of something new can be reborn. Something new can grow in that place. And that can actually be a new version of a person. So, really keep that in mind here. Because then we have the Nine of Cups at the heart of your reading. This is what Spirit's asking you to embrace, to really allow you to confidently utilize this gift to try again at something. Because the Nine of Cups is a card of, it's kind of like the Make-A-Wish card. This is where you are sitting in a place of, actually, you're sitting in a pretty good emotional place, but it's where you have that last wish to make, to say, if I could take my experience and level it up to the ultimate leveling, or ultimate feeling of emotional fulfillment for myself, like my heart's desire, what is that one thing that would get me there? What's that one thing I'm missing right now? And it's like, okay, make that wish. And I think by you really leaning into that energy, it's going to clarify really what you want in your heart of hearts to work towards. If you were given a gift right now of more time, of more money, of a better place to live, or that location that would get you closer to X, Y, and Z. If you had that, what would you do then with that? What would you reinvest in at this point? That's really what's going to answer this question of, where do I apply this? what is going to be that opportunity, what's going to feel like an opportunity for me. When you think about it, there's always going to be like a bazillion possibilities out there, but it's us that determine what feels like an opportunity because it directly connects to our personal sense of passion and individuality. And then right after this, we have the Four of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So the Four of Swords is a beautiful card. It's one where we actually take the Three of Swords and we are able to put the Three of Swords out there along with our personal sword of truth, and we get a chance to see, okay, what are the stories of others that I continue to carry with me that I do not have to carry with me from this point forward? And what's my one sword that I can then, after this kind of rest and meditative, reflective period, that when all these four guys get up to walk away, they each are going to carry with them their own sword. They're not going to have to carry all four swords each. So this is that nice period of, okay, coming out of that reflective stance of saying, okay, what are the stories of the past that I can release? And out of that, what is my clear truth? What is clarity as I move forward about who I am, what I'm capable of, and where perhaps there has been a true transformation in my life? Because then we have the Two of Pentacles as your final point of challenge to get over before we get to connect with the Wheel of Fortune out here. And the Two of Pentacles is where we can kind of get lost in the juggling of the day-to-day duties. This is when we don't really want to make a choice as to prioritizing one pentacle over the other. And instead we kind of sit in a place of like, this is actually where we can really get stuck in true emotional or spiritual disconnection from our personal purpose, where we just are juggling. We're like, okay, we're just going to go to the grocery store, go to work, go home, vacuum my house, talk to a friend, go on social media, and then do it all over again. Instead of really being aware that every day we are filled with opportunities to emotionally connect to doing one task or another, by really understanding, well, what is going to allow me to work on something that is more fulfilling to me, or what is going to allow me to do something that's more in alignment or better for me. So this would look like, instead of just coming home and being stressed out because you had a long day at work, but you have to vacuum, so then you vacuum anyways, and you're stressed and you're frustrated, and you're to sit there and honor yourself and say, no, I need a night of rest. I'm kind of keyed up. I need a night of rest, and I need to prioritize myself going to bed early tonight so that in the morning I can get up that half an hour early like I told myself I was going to, so that then I can work on building my jewelry empire. Or I can work on being a dedicated, loving, and emotionally grounded romantic partner. This can also be where, if you're looking to reconnect with a partnership, even a romantic partnership, that this can be where we kind of lose that sense of being the best version of ourselves for the other person, where we can kind of get stuck in the stress of just doing, and we forget that we actually have a direct impact on the other person's experience as much as they have a direct impact on ours. And it's kind of keeping in mind that if you can really be clear as to where you want to put your energy, what you want to continue to grow, and you hold that again in your mind, you're going to be able to move out of this place of kind of just doing and be able to allow yourself to really feel focused and to get to that place of emotional connection to, yes, this is what I want to do. This is who I want to be, and I'm going to make it happen. Sorry guys, I had to step away for just a moment. But all right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump in and pull 3 additional cards here for the concept of curiosity, courage, and contemplation. We're going to get a little bit more guidance from Spirit as to where to be open and curious to, where to be courageous in taking action, and where to reflect and contemplate on. So that we can really take what is a very general message here and make it more of an individualized experience for you. So first here, we're going to pull a card for curiosity. And this is going to be where Spirit would like you to stay open and curious to see something about your current experience that you're not already seeing. All right. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we have Goddess of the Moon, number 52, breaking down to a 7. We have Happy Family, number 4. And we have Envy, number 20, breaking down to a 2. So where I would be curious about here, because the Goddess of the Moon is all about tapping into your intuition and really, really trusting yourself. That there's this feeling here around almost a lack of, with the Envy card coming through, this lack of being able to, I think, trust yourself. Sorry guys, my daughter is next to us here. Really being able to trust yourself in really tapping into your intuition to know what ultimately you want. You know, the Happy Family card really ties directly to the 10 of Cups. And I like that she's laughing with the Happy Family, because there's something that's coming through very much for you here, Gemini, is about that. That I think it's almost like in this wish here, you're being asked to be curious about where maybe you feel that you can't trust yourself to actually obtain this for yourself. That there's something here that would feel like this beautiful, happy family. Now, it doesn't have to literally be a family for all of you. It could be that, you know, again, this kind of 10 of Cups feeling of like ultimate emotional fulfillment, that can come from a variety of things, but you have to trust that what you're feeling called to do, to wish for, is meant for you. That you can trust your intuition on this one. And that, you know, where we can lose sight of our intuition is when we're too focused on the external, where we are trying to compare ourselves to others. So for instance, this would be like pushing and pushing and pushing and being like, well, I guess I got this money, I should go buy the house and get the 2.5 children and the SUV and all of that, because that's what everybody else has. And that's how everybody else defines a happy family. But for you, in your heart of hearts, if you could do anything with this gift you are given, you would apply it totally differently. You might apply it in a way that could shock some people. So there's something around this here about kind of getting away, being curious, where you're kind of overriding your own intuition of what you want to do for you because you are too focused on what other people have, or how other people do it, or how other people see the happy family experience for themselves. I do apologize, guys. My daughter is extremely happy right now in the background, which I think is hilarious, but I hope it's not too much of a distraction for you. Okay, so now we're going to pull a card here for the concept of courage. And this is going to be where Spirit would like you to have the courage to take action, to keep this in mind as you are really, you know, going through the day-to-day motions, and keeping yourself present, aware, and committed to prioritizing something specific in your life this month. So let's see here. Where does Spirit want you to be? Oh, okay. We'll take those. So we have, 3. We have surrender, frustration. It says frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. And that's kind of the feeling I got coming through the 2 of Pentacles, this kind of level of frustration. And I think that that can really be kind of calmed down with the knowledge that if you just focus on one thing and prioritize it, that you don't have to be frustrated. You can just allow that one thing to kind of shine and to know that it's going to lead to this beautiful opportunity. And then you have surrender to effortlessness, which I absolutely love. It kind of comes through with this as well. Stop pushing so hard. It says the art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. And I think with this coming up here, this gift, there is something here that it's like this is all going to connect together effortlessly if you allow yourself to make that wish, to really tie in intuitively to what you want and not let another's opinion or what you view as somebody else having affect how and where you apply this gift. And then we have surrender negative thinking. It says you have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. And as my daughter can't say clearly, she's like, yes, that is very important. So we have, so this surrender negative thinking directly ties back to Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. It's time to surrender those thoughts that kind of haunt us and let them go, let those things die away, and just keep focused on, you were given this gift for a reason. You have an intuitive feeling as to, in your heart of hearts, where you want to apply this to or what you want to reconnect with, and just allow it to come through. Allow it to happen this month. Allow everything to align beautifully. And don't overthink it. I know it's hard to say to an air sign. I have a lot of Gemini in my chart, so I understand the overthinking part. But this is not a month for overthinking. This is definitely a month for doing. Okay, so let's get a final card here for contemplation. This is where Spirit would like you to reflect, meditate on for the month. It's really kind of the underlying message for the overarching theme here. What does Gemini need to know for where they should reflect on? Oh, okay. So we have birthing a new age. It says birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And I think that that's really the focus here, is realizing that you get to make that dream of something new. It may be that you're working on something that you had originally already been working on, or maybe this could also look like you had been in a past relationship that failed, but now you get a chance to try again with somebody new. You get to try again at what you know in your heart of hearts you want. And it's about realizing that you get to dream that new world into being. You get to dream what you want to do because you hold the magic in your own life. That's the beauty of the Queen of Wands, is that she holds a sunflower and sits in the middle of the desert, really showing that when we connect through our intuition to what we're passionate about and we take action from that place, we can grow flowers in the middle of the desert. That's really the message that comes strongly through with that card. So Gemini, this is actually going to be a really interesting month for you. There definitely is going to be an opportunity, a big opportunity, a life-changing opportunity actually coming in for you this month. But you have to have the courage to understand what you want, what would fill your heart's desire, make that wish, and hold yourself to letting go of all of the past hurt and seeing this wish with fresh eyes and allowing Spirit to give you the gifts to have that go again. There's a really strong sense coming through for many signs this month of like a second chance at trying something again. And I really get that feeling here for you guys. There's a strong sense of being able to have that second chance, but you have to be able to really get past this and trust in your intuition. I apologize again. Thank you so much for allowing my daughter to be present during your reading. Again, if you would like to book your own personal reading, I do have a special ongoing through the month of April for my I Am Illuminated reading and intuitive personal review. And if I don't see you there, then I look forward to seeing you again in May for your next Illumination reading. Bye, Gemini.